everyone, and welcome to Live at 5. It is 5, and we are live here on YouTube. My name is Chris Tennyson, the head of Academy at Trike Theater, and I am so happy to have you with us today. We have got a great show lined up for you today. We are going to be doing the first of our summer camp spotlights. We are going to introduce a new segment, and we are going to find out what Muppet has been reading. So I hope you are strapped in. We are all ready to go. Let's start with what's going on at Trike. Well, summer camp enrollment is live on our new website, www.triketheater.org. Remember, that's theater with an R-E. Don't forget, how could you? I have told you so many times, so many. In addition, we know that a lot of our parents are very concerned about COVID guidelines and what kind of precautions we're taking. To that end, Trike Theater is opening up our space to our families by appointment only for an open house on May 22nd. That's right. You can again find more information on our website, but this is an opportunity for parents and families to come by themselves as a group. That's a weird term, by themselves as a group, but I think during this pandemic times, we know what that means. You can schedule a time to bring your family up to Trike, look at the space, look at the precautions we've taken, ask any questions you have about processes or policies, and see where our kids are going to be doing their live performances this summer. Be a great opportunity to check us out, and hopefully, if you have any questions or concerns, make yourself feel just better about coming back to Trike in person. So, yeah, that's some of the biggest news that's going on. We're going to move straight into our summer camp spotlight. And to help me talk about the first summer camp that we're going to be spotlighting this year, you know her. That's right. You love her. She is as much a part of the Live at 5 family as anybody. She might as well be my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give it up for Molly Armour? Yes. Yes. Excellent. Coming in strong here. Yes. Good. All right. That's enough. Sorry. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, friend.
We're back.
Look at that. Live at 5, back in the saddle. I noticed you have a new background. Look at that. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm back in the Bentonville.
Back in the Bentonville. Lovely. How's it feel to be back up in the neighborhood?
It's good. It's cold and rainy here today.
It is cold and rainy here today. I'm ready for May to start feeling like May. How was your time off? How were your holidays? How's your winter been?
I don't feel like I've had any time off or any holidays.
Good. Okay.
Winter? Winter was a really long time ago, man.
But it wasn't. Have you stepped outside today?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's never going to stop being winter ever again.
No. And I think that with these, it's so funny. I was talking to Paul about this today. Trike is so wonderful about just allowing us to be who we are and not pressuring us to stick to a regular schedule like what normal people who have normal jobs have to stick to. And so I always feel like I'm not on the clock. I don't want to say that because that's not how it is, but I always feel like I'm always thinking, always creating as far as programming goes. And I think we've been doing a lot of creating lately. So when I say I don't feel like I've had any time off, that's what I mean. Not in a you've been working us too hard kind of way.
Yeah. How I was going to say, this is actually not Live at 5. We're here to talk about your workaholic tendencies, Molly. How's your work-life balance? Sounds bad. Sounds bad. I just want all of my viewers to know, this is Molly's choice. No one at Trike is like, you must work all
100%.
Just before we get, the EEOC or anything else coming
That's
after us for anything. Well, I'm so glad to have you here to talk about our summer camps. They're going to be in person.
I know.
Most of them. We still have virtual offerings, and we'll highlight those later in later episodes. But the first camp we're talking about is our first camp back in person in over a year,
I know.
and
Very exciting.
that's our Dream World camp.
Yes. Oh man,
So
that's going to be such a fun camp.
I'm looking forward to it. Tell our viewers, like in a nutshell, what is the Dream World camp?
So, first thing I want to say is that these children are going to be working in a cohort.
Okay, so in addition to social distancing that we'll be doing, we're also going to be cohorting these groups because the caps are 16, but we're going to be working with cohorts of 8 in each group.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that. Again, those parents will be looking
and with the same teaching artists throughout.
Excellent. I know that goes a long way to making our families feel safe by following those CDC guidelines. Excellent. And what are they going to do in the camp? Is Dream World, or is it a lot of naps? Is that what's happening? Are they napping?
That'd be fun. But no, we're not going to take any naps. What we're going to do is we are going to guide the students in creating their own world and creating characters that exist in that world, music that exists in that world, movement. And we're going to basically create a script for them and do a mini performance sharing at the end of camp.
Now, for families who worked with us virtually last summer, this is kind of an evolution of the Whole New World camp that we had last year, right?
Yes. And so in that camp and also in our storytelling camp, it's like both of those kind of merged together. I'm really glad you brought that up because I want to talk about the literacy aspects that are going to be a part of camp. So one of the things that we did, we always use a story as a model for the students because the way that we like to teach at Trike is see, learn, do. And so as they're learning, they have to have an example, right? So as we are studying the story and its structure, we're also going to be looking at what letters are really important in that story, what vocabulary words are present there, and what sounds and vowels, all of that stuff.
Wow. And I'm glad you mentioned that. It's probably a good time to mention what now is this an all-day camp? This isn't something that kids are going to have to go to all day because this is for our younger groups, right?
Yes.
So these are half-day camps.
They're half-day camps.
And we have a half-day camp. First of all, these camps run they start June 7th and run through June 11th. And we are doing kindergartners and first graders from 9 a.m. to noon.
And then
first and second graders
from 1
to 4.
Yeah.
So if you had a really just tenacious first grader, they could make it an all-day camp.
Sure.
But their parents would need to come pick them up for lunch.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so in addition to doing things like learning literacy and all of this stuff, there's going to be a makers kind of aspect to this too.
Yeah, we're going to be creating our world from the ground up, literally from the ground up. We're going to create props. We're going to create backgrounds. We're going to create little costumes, everything.
That's fun. That's so fun. And, I think we had a lot of success with our Whole New World camp because it allowed our young artists the freedom to just kind of create inside their home. And I think this is going to be really fun to take this, to the next level and go, great, now let's collaboratively work on kind of bringing all of our ideas to the table and seeing what that looks like. That sounds so much, so much fun. So just to recap, that is our Dream World camp. It's a half-day camp that's running June 7th through June 11th in 2021 at Trike Theater in Bentonville. K through first grade, 9 a.m. to noon, and then our first and second graders, 1 to 4 p.m. And we will obviously be talking more about that, and there'll be videos and all kinds of stuff, I'm sure. But if you are interested and you are sold now, you can jump onto our website. We still have seats available in those camps. We have a couple that have sold out. I do want our viewers to know, due to COVID precautions, our camp caps are going to be lower this year. So we absolutely have some that are sold out. Keep that in mind.
I do want to say, if parents have any questions about whether or not this would be a good suit for your young artist at home, you can contact me directly at molly@triketheater.org. And that's Molly with an IE.
Nothing is clear cut. That's Molly with an IE at Trike Theater with an RE.org. Excellent. Well, Molly, it's so good to see you back on the Zooms. Like, we haven't seen each other at least twice a day in the entirety of the break we've had. Yeah. But still, it's nice to see.
We're on the phone with each other over the weekends when we're
over the weekends. Yes, because we're friends. We're friends. We're not just coworkers. We're friends.
We're family.
We're family. Oh, look at that. Speaking of family, thanks for teeing me up for the perfect segue. I want to introduce our audience to a new member of our Live at 5 family. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
What?
You know.
Oh, no. Ah, okay. I was wondering what you got. What did you bring us today?
So, hi out there.
Oh, no.
For those of you that have stuck with us, you know that I bring the jokes. And I've got some quality content for our viewers tonight, Chris. And these jokes actually come from some of our students.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this is great. I'm on board now.
Yeah, and one of our new teaching artists. Okay, so we had two very special students graduate college a couple of days ago, actually. Olivia and Cameron. And Olivia will be joining us this summer as a teaching artist.
Yes.
And they sent me some jokes that they wanted me to share with you.
Did you? Okay, let me ask before you start. Did you solicit bad jokes from them? Okay.
They were just, they were fans of the show, and they said, hey, if you are gonna do any jokes tonight on Live at 5, we'd love for you to use these.
Well, I don't want to disappoint fans of the show, so hit me with your best shot, Armor.
Okay. Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Why is Peter Pan always flying? I don't know.
Because he never lands.
I hated it. It hurt me. Was that Cameron or Olivia? Which one of you was it? Oh, Olivia. Okay. All right. That hurt. What else you got?
Hey, do you want to hear a joke about pizza?
Sure.
Never mind. It's a little cheesy.
Okay, that got me.
That was Cameron.
Okay, I would all go for. I like that one.
Okay, 2 more.
Okay, let's hear them.
Why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby? Because it was a little hoarse.
I knew that's where it was going.
So good.
That's good. That's punny. That's
Olivia. Okay, this last one's Cameron.
All right.
Did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut?
No.
He needed a little space. You're good.
Well done. Thank you, Cameron and Olivia. Again, part of our Trike family. And you know who else is part of our Trike family, Molly? It's McKenna Ruiz. She's one of our ambassadors, and well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and bring McKenna out, and we're going to chat with her. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for McKenna Ruiz, everyone. Yes, excellent. Thank you. All right, they're glad that Molly is done with her jokes.
A big applause. Hey.
What? What? Who's there? What are we talking about again? Hi, McKenna. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I am excellent. Now, I know viewers may remember McKenna from being on Live at 5 with A Christmas Carol from last Christmas. You were part of that production. But, just zooming out, not only were you part of that production, you've been part of so many Trike productions. Like, I can't count how many productions you've done. You've been part of classes. You are one of our ambassadors. And now you've decided to take on a new role for us here at Trike, yeah?
Yes.
So you're going to be doing a new segment on Live at 5. Tell us what this segment's going to be about.
So I'm going to be interviewing a wide array of people, ranging from students to teachers and actors, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, and we are looking forward to having you. I think this is going to be awesome. And you know what? I am going to just kind of let you jump in and get started. Who's your first guest, by the way?
The beautiful Molly Armour.
Oh, well, how wonderful. She's right here. So, a Live at 5 audience, let's give ourselves a nice, warm welcome for our new segment hosted by McKenna Ruiz called McKenterviews.
McKenterviews.
Hi, McKenna.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, McKenna.
As you know, I'm going to be interviewing you, so let's get started. My first question for you is, how has Trike positively impacted your life?
So, before coming to Trike, I had experience teaching young people, but I had most of my experience teaching adults. And it wasn't until I got to Trike that I had the chance to teach really young artists. And Cassie Mashevitz, our artistic director and founder, has such a wonderful teaching philosophy that she taught to me and that I teach to our teaching artists now and that we use every day in our classroom. And it's something that just carries over into your daily life. It has taught me so much patience, and it has allowed me to hold the space for my students and has made me a better listener. Trike's had a really big impact on me, and I feel very lucky to work here. That's a great question, McKenna.
We love having you here. So, my next question for you, expanding on that one, is, what is your favorite memory, part, or thing you have experienced working at Trike?
I have a lot. I'd have to say my most recent would be, it was a moment that happened during our most recent Broadway intensive that we did online on Zoom. And we had the opportunity to bring in some wonderful artists. And one of those artists was Alyssa Fox, who has been seen as Elphaba in Wicked and Elsa in Frozen on Broadway. And two of our students, Audrey and Tegan, actually sang For Good from Wicked for her. And it was so beautiful. Everybody cried. And I think that's going to live in my top memories as a teacher, getting to see students have that opportunity.
That's wonderful. It's amazing that Trike can give kids and people like these kinds of experiences.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, my next question for you is, what would you like to see happen with Trike in the future?
So luckily, McKenna, I'm actually part of that process. I get to plan those things. So one thing that I would like to see happen in the future, that is going to happen in the future, is giving our students more agency over what they do in the classroom. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just let the world know right now one of our new programs that we're launching. So Chris and I and Cassie and everybody have been working really hard on expanding our ambassador program that you're a part of, this masterclass ambassador program. And we are creating Young Company, which is basically going to be a company of young people who are going to be given a budget, and under the guidance of Chris and I, you get to plan a season and bring that season to life. So all the way from casting and acting in the show, you also get to design the show as well and select what that show is going to be.
Wow, I'm really looking forward to that. That sounds amazing. So, my next question for you is, what experience have you brought to Trike?
So coming to Trike, I was really passionate about working with the neurodiverse community. And I even spoke about that in my interview for my job at Trike, and talked about how I wanted to create something like that in Northwest Arkansas. And Trike has helped me to do that. And we've created our New Horizons program. And we've been able to reach a lot of people, and that grows and expands every day. So yeah, I think something that I've brought to Trike is definitely our outreach to the neurodiverse community and what we can do for them and what they can do for us.
That's absolutely amazing. So, my last question for you is a little bit different than the ones I've asked you.
Okay.
So, if you could be any inanimate object, what would you be and why?
An inanimate object. I think I'd be a piano.
Why?
So it's really important to me as a human being to have a voice. And I don't mean just like a singing voice. I mean the ability to communicate to somebody else. And I think that a piano does that, and it can express it can express any emotion. I also love that someone has to play it for it to work. Like that, that takes a partnership, and it takes dedication. I think, yeah. And I think that the voice that the piano has is universal. Music is universal, and it can bring people together and can be such a thing of comfort and peace in times of need. Yeah. And it's fun. I'd be a piano.
What a lovely and detailed response.
Thanks, McKenna.
Thank you so much for joining me, Molly.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Good night and farewell.
Lovely, lovely job, McKenna. Way to go. That is wonderful. Well, Molly, thanks for sticking around for that, my friend. And
Yeah.
we'll be seeing you soon sometime.
Okay.
Probably next Tuesday when we talk about the next camp.
Probably with more jokes.
Yay. Hello, folks. Well, now it's time. You know what it's time for. You've been waiting for it. You probably wanted to see it last week. Here it is. What is Muppet Reading?
What is Muppet Reading?
Hey, Muppet. How are you, buddy? You doing good? It's good to see you. Is it good to be seen, my sweet little guy? So what have you been reading? Lately, Chris, I've been reading the CDC guidelines for summer camps. Well, that's some heavy reading, buddy. The CDC guidelines for summer camps. I wonder why he's been reading that. So, folks, I want you all to know, over the last several months, we have hosted a series of parent listening sessions. As we get ready to go back in person, we really wanted to hear from our constituents. We wanted to hear from our community about, well, what they needed from us, what they wanted from us, and the things that were on their mind. And obviously, the biggest thing that we heard about in these listening sessions were what were we doing to keep their kids safe from the virus, from COVID, from the pandemic, and that overwhelming concern is valid. And it occurred to me and Muppet, because of his reading the CDC guidelines, that maybe now is a good time to let our viewers know, let our folks know who maybe don't know yet, our plan for summer camps. We will be strictly adhering to all of the CDC guidelines and recommendations concerning summer camps. This is going to include maintaining physical distance. As you heard Molly say, this is going to include cohorting in camps with an enrollment larger than 8 students. Those cohorts will be kept at 8 students per and moved throughout the building in their own pod. We're going to keep at least 3 feet distance between all campers in a cohort. We're going to keep at least 6 feet of distance between staff. We're going to use physical, visual guides. We're going to make sure that masks are always on when inside the building. We're going to make sure that any mask breaks that are provided give our students plenty of room to socially distance in a safe environment. We have updated our ventilation systems. We have added sanitization stations. We'll be doing temperature checks at check-in before you even get out of the car. We want you to know how seriously we take what's going on and how seriously we take your concerns over your young artist's health. And if you have any questions at all or any concerns at all, I want you to feel free to reach out to me at chris@triketheater.org. That's theater with an R-E. And feel free to grill us. Ask us what we're doing. Ask us what brand of cleaner we're using. What kind of filters we put in our new AC system. We are ready to answer all of these questions for you. As we talked about at the top of the show, that's part of the reason we're having the open house, is to make sure that you have no questions and feel as safe as you possibly can coming into this summer, because we want you to know that we take your child safely as seriously as you do. Folks, that's going to do it for me. I want to thank Molly Armour. I want to thank McKenna Ruiz. And I want to thank most of all you folks for tuning in. Thank you, and we will see you around here next time, folks.